Hi, welcome to Easy Cooking and Living with Ria. Today I want to show you how to make my favorite snack. It's the stovetop popcorn. No microwave popcorn for this girl. I love stovetop popcorn. It's easy to make. I make it with some olive oil and I show you how to kind of like get all the kernels roasted before it starts popping so it's actually not going to stick in your teeth. It comes out so crisp and tender, and all the kernels are perfectly cooked and they're very crunchy. So I want to share with you my secrets on making the most delicious stovetop popcorn. So let's get started. I'm going to show you how to step up your popcorn game so you can make this stovetop popcorn at home. It's the best popcorn you'll ever try. So these are the ingredients that we're going to need. We're going to need some kernels, and this is a brand that I like to use, and I buy the white popcorn. This is different than the original. They have two kinds, the original and white, and this is the one I prefer. It's a little more crunchier, if you will. And then we're going to use some sea salt, some rosemary that I picked from my herb garden, and some olive oil. And I'm using extra virgin olive oil because that's what I have in the kitchen and I always use that. I love the flavor of the olive oil in this recipe. So let's go ahead and chop up our rosemary. So I'm just going to pull off all the leaves from the twig and we're going to chop this up finely. You guys are definitely going to have to take some notes right now because this is going to be one of the best recipes for popcorn you'll ever try. It is so flavorful, it's delicious, and it doesn't have any butter in it because the olive oil gives the nice flavor, and with the rosemary and the parmesan, or I'm using romano cheese for this recipe, it gives really nice flavors. So this is the romano cheese that I'm going to use that I mentioned a minute ago. But you can definitely use parmesan. So we're going to add a quarter cup of olive oil to the pan. And I have the pan on medium heat right now. I know what you're thinking. Why am I not using a high heat oil like maybe avocado oil or grapeseed oil or canola oil? I like the flavor of the olive oil. So this is what I'm going to do. We're throwing in our kernels and we're putting in about 2 teaspoons of salt. So we're going to shake our pot every 10 seconds. So what we're doing right here is we're going to get the kernels nice and toasted. Okay, so you're starting to see some color forming on the kernels. We don't want this to start popping right away. I want to roast, kind of just toast the kernels. This makes the kernels really nice and crunchy when you're eating it so they don't stick to your teeth. Now we're going to add in our rosemary because we're getting to the point where the kernels are ready to pop. We don't want to burn the rosemary. We kind of just want to saute it in this popcorn kernels right here. So I'm just shaking my pan again. So I shake the pan every like 10 seconds. Do you see that color? It's coming along really nicely. And the kernels are getting really nice and toasted. So now we're going to see some kernels starting to pop. And at this point, we're going to cover the pot and turn up the heat to more of a high heat. Oh, I love the smell of popcorn. That smells so good. This is a serving for about 3 people. I used a half a cup of kernel corn. And to tell you the truth, I can eat this all by myself. Look at this popcorn. It's so tender. It doesn't have kernels hanging off of it. It is done perfectly. So we're going to add it to this bowl. And we're going to go ahead and add some salt. So I'm going to put about maybe a tablespoon of salt to this. I already added some salt earlier, so we're not going to put too much. And then we're going to grate some cheese over this. And again, I'm using Romano cheese. It gives really good flavor. And the rosemary is not that, it's not going to taste that strong. It just has a hint of rosemary. So it's not overpowering at all. You will absolutely love this recipe. And if you make it for your friends and family, they will be really impressed with it. I'm going to give it a little shake and add a little more cheese because who doesn't like cheese, right? So that's the way I like to make my popcorn. I love using the extra virgin olive oil because it brings a really good flavor to this popcorn instead of using butter. And it also gives me time to toast the kernels before it starts popping. I love this recipe. Give it a try and let me know what you think. Thanks again for watching. See you next time.